Chapter 5 Saviour or Sacrifice, Part 1. It had been many years since John had left the estate, and 3 years since Mary first had to feed the worm on the hill, and, as is often the way, she had become very fond of the creature. She still marvelled at the way the sun shone as it caught her wings when she flew, and how she could wrinkle up her nose at something she didn't like, and how she would wink at Mary before doing something funny to make her laugh. Mary experienced the animal behind the ferocious exterior, the mysterious being that found amusement in small things, was confident but insecure at the same time, the monster that was intelligent but impulsive, that bit its lip when thinking and would purr before going to sleep. Unfortunately, not everyone shared Mary's viewpoint. When she walked the offerings through the village, there was silence, and she could feel eyes staring at her as she walked by. She had taken to wearing a long purple cloak with the hood up, so she didn't see the accusing eyes, but she could still feel them nonetheless. Mary would call Riress my beauty, and would often talk to her for hours, either in the field or on the hill. They both preferred the hill. From there they could look over the estate lands and be totally alone. One autumn, when Mary was 17, her mother and father sat her down and told her she needed to look at getting married and settle down. Her parents were concerned that she spent too much time with the monster. Mary, on the other hand, couldn't see anything wrong with this. The boys in the village were either oafs, lechers, or just plain boring. Her father told her news from the estate was that the young lord was finally on his way home from overseas and would put a stop to the monster once and for all. Mary took a deep breath. Her chest felt tight, as though weight had been piled on top of her. She excused herself and went directly to bed. Not that she could sleep. In the wee hours just before dawn, she quietly got up and dressed, then snuck out of the cottage as quietly as possible. Making her way out of the village and along the lane towards the offering field, by the time she got there, she felt tears stinging her eyes and the coldness of her cheeks as they ran unheeded down her face. She broke into a run, heading towards Riress's hill, but she didn't get very far before a whoosh of air announced that Riress had come to meet her. Mary looked up into her face and saw that her beauty looked worried. Somehow she had sensed Mary's turmoil and had been concerned enough to seek her out. Riress put her huge head down on the ground, and Mary ran towards it, tears streaming unbidden down her face. She placed her hands on Riress's cheek and leaned in against the rough scales of her friend, and cried. Riress folded her wings around her face and her small human to keep her warm in the chill of the morning. When she looked over her wings, she saw the old woman standing at the entrance to the field. The woman pulled her hood down. Her cheeks were also tear-stained. She nodded to Riress as they shared a moment of deeper understanding. Then she pulled her hood up and moved away to leave the friends to their embrace. When Mary's sobs had subsided a little, Riress moved back and waited. Mary told her that John was coming back to the state. She told her that she should leave, as he was bound to try to kill her. Riress knew that the moment had come. She looked down at Mary and gently nudged her with her nose and snorted warm air over her as she was shivering in the sun. A pair of unlikely friends sat on the grass, facing the sunrise together in quiet silence, enjoying the closeness of each other and not wanting it to end, neither wanting to move in case it broke the spell that had been woven around them since their first meeting by the well.